Go ahead and alert the Discord. All right, give everybody here just a second. Morning, Texas man. What's up, DJ? What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Everything is resting on support. I'll rest on your support. All right. Just kidding. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. No delay. So first off, gnarly move overnight here. Reaction to today's data points over here. Why my cat locks on? All right. So of course we already have our shut it. Hourly earnings month over month though from employment change and unemployment rate coming in. We see 3.5 on the unemployment rate, 267 or 263,000 on the non-farm employment change. I think they added about 110,000 jobs or something like that. We've got a 10 a.m. FOMC Williams, consumer credit at 3. And then, of course, just to mention it because it needs to be mentioned. I think Monday. I don't. Yeah, bank holiday on Monday, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday, PPI, core PPI, and then CPI. So just a couple of things there. So, oh man, that reminds me. I saw some guy on TikTok telling people that the market that had like loaded up on calls, and he was just telling everybody shorter expiration too. He was just telling everybody uh, that the market would move up 7% as it always has for CPI, and ouch. So a couple of things other than that. So Wall Street futures were little change up until now as investors brace for the non-farm payroll data, and which the reason that this is even moving or has moved is because the influence that it could have on the Fed's rate hike trajectory. European shares were slightly higher, but gains were limited following the drop in chip makers after weak earnings. Kind of sounds like our day yesterday. And forecasts from Samsung and AMD that also weighed on Japan's Nikkei. The dollar index and gold prices were stuck in range. Oil prices rose, supported by OPEC's decision to make its largest supply cut since 2020. AMD revenue warnings signal deep chip slump. So they provided third quarter revenue estimates that were about $1 billion less than previously forecasted, signaling that the chip slump could be much worse than expected. Now, that is super interesting news, right? And they also just got a handful of price target upgrade or downgrades. Excuse me. So I haven't even looked at it. I imagine they have gapped down something stupid. Yeah, see at $60. So anyway, hawkish Fed may not be deterred by a spat of inflation-friendly data. So that's one thing that people are tracking here at the moment. Other than that, guys, CVS said that the largest health insurance plan for Medicare recipients received a lower performance rating from the federal government program. Amazon, the online retailer, will stop live tests of its automated delivery robot, Amazon Scout. Sorry, I just read that whole headline. That was ridiculous. Maybe just trying to do everything. All right. So anyway, other than that, I think Elon mentioned I'm not gonna go over that. That's not worth it. All right. So the last thing here is slower U.S. job growth anticipated in September as the labor market is still tight. U.S. job growth likely well but overall labor market conditions remain tight, providing the Federal Reserve will cover to maintain its aggressive monetary policy tightening campaign for a while. So it's probably one of the reasons why we see the reaction that we do. So that moves into Tesla. Um, Should have held on to my AMC put for December. I mean, it's not below where you TP, which means you can re-enter. But I'd be aiming for something lower than 60. I would be looking at 50 at that point. And with Nvidia got would more than likely get creamed. So all right, so let's go ahead and let's focus on we'll focus on one at a time here. Let's go ahead and resend this out. You know what? That gives me a really good idea. I'm gonna write that down. Okay. Sorry, I had to write that down really quick. Okay, so couple things here. For Tesla. Okay. So number one, I've been talking about the channel that we've kind of been trading in here. It looked like it was starting to kind of crimp or channel down, but this one is back at the 233.93. Now, if we were going to continue lower, I would kind of like to see it gap down below that level and then retest it. But gapping down on top of it could allow for a quick gap fill and then rejection leading us down to my target is 225 for Tesla to the downside if that is what ends up happening going into today. I still am tracking a really decent sized channel here, so it just may be that Tesla might be looking for one more little leg down. So we could see Tesla approaching, and again, 220 and 225 really depends on how we dump today, if we dump today. But anyway, now that brings me to the upside because this is really clear, guys. It really, and I don't like using the word simple, but for me, this is really, really simple. Yesterday, complicated price action. We took a trade. I lost money. Not on the swings, but I did lose money just in general, trying to take Tesla to the upside. And that's just how the cookie crumbles, guys. That's just how trading goes, especially with my strategy. That's why we have stop losses. The boxes that were above us, um, my goal was to break and hold inside of that range. For the most part, when that happens with good volume, you will usually continue and move higher. But the second floor, that 243.80 or 244, those are two levels that I have marked out here today. Those are going to be where, if I take Tesla, you don't even have to ask. It's above 240, basically above 243 or 244. Um, that's it. If it stays in here, good luck. That's all, you guys. I'm not wasting my time. And if you spent all day trading yesterday and you with all of that chop that we got after that initial move, that's just bad trading. And again, half of trading, yes, there are the human mind has a hard time comprehending infinite, right? Infinite amount of gains, right? There's an infinite amount of gains in here, but the brain also doesn't really think about the infinite amount of losses, which are the more likely. So in this case, knowing when to trade and knowing when it's good for you to trade, right? If you're, doing covered calls or selling, doing iron condors, all right, do your range bound stuff, all good. But if you're day trading or scalping or something like that, there should be a prerequisite for what it is you need to see inside of a stock or inside of a move in order to give you confirmation on whether or not you need to be in that trade. And a lot of people use indicators for just exactly that. Now, as you guys can see, candle close outside of that box and you fail to go and make a new high. So that's us. It did end up pulling back up, almost back up to that high before pulling back down. And then, of course, this morning we're seeing that little break here to the downside out of that little triangle. Now, so again, that's not a swingable move for me, but this could definitely double bottom. And I'm telling you guys what, I would even say that above the pivot point of 240 or 239.65, I wouldn't have a problem leading into another shot at this zone above us. But I do and did yesterday notice that Tesla, and I know a lot of you guys don't use EMAs, you don't have to just because of this, but I did notice that the 200-day EMA is the wall. Okay, for the most part, when you cross this sucker, right, up, down, doesn't matter. Up, good, up, obviously good. Down, yeah, that shit dumps. And for the most part, it also serves as a pretty unique. And I found over 21 confluent points in the last 2 months, or excuse me, 1 month of trading with the 200-day moving average. So that's enough for me. So I would say even the fact that the 5-day 200 moving average is right here at 242 is just extra confirmation that I need to wait and wait and wait. So, anyway, that being said, Tesla looks okay right now. I give it like a 5 out of 10. Meta, uh, y'all, listen. This is one of those situations. It's not you, it's me, or the kind of thing. It's not you, it's Meta. This stock right now is in range, and what do we do? If you're not selling premiums or something like that, what are you doing in this situation? If you're looking for it, okay, so let me do it this way, right? Let me just really quickly. If you're a day trader and you do what I do, or you're trying to do what I do, right? Let me explain something. Just to make it as simple as possible, because we don't need to get into a whole lesson, right? So we'll look at this. Contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, right? That's you. That's not you. That's you. This is definitely not you, right? It's that simple. Now, are there day trades, simple bounces off of support, right? That could make for a decent day trade for sure. But as far as anything extended, come on. You know what I mean? That's what we need to. If you want to learn patience, learn how to swing trade and be able to hold through the entirety of a move. Or be able to understand, right, that even in this consolidation, I told you guys that when Meta left, whatever way that Meta left, it would dump and or it would rip, right? Either way. And even when it tried to, it ripped. But eventually it dumped. It hit blew past my target. But just to be clear, Meta above 142.50, candle close on the 4 hour. Let's get it. To the downside, 135. Let's go ahead and let's start aiming for the 122 and 120 targets. But other than that, there's nothing here for me. You may end up seeing a quick gap fill, and you may end up seeing a pullback down. But if anybody's trying to make predictions in this area, shame on you. I'm just kidding. If you're day trading, scalping, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who are doing anything like swing, any trend trading, right? Knowing where you're trade. So for me, right, my strategy, because we all have every strategy has a pitfall. My strategy doesn't work in those situations, right? Like I don't trade. Well, let me be specific. My strategy of only using two stocks can put me in situations where I can't trade Meta for weeks or days, so just keep that in mind. MRO, so these are bussin', as Josh mentioned here this morning. Absolutely. I listen, I'll see you guys in October, the end of October, Halloween time. Um, I'm thinking we're on our way to all-time highs. So far, crude, all the oil or all news regarding oil, has been bullish in our case. But listen, my MRO position right now is currently a $35 call, November 18th. Those are up 57% since signaled. Listen, my plays either work or they don't. Okay. And so right now we're in profit. I'm holding this. If this goes here and it's up 180%, that's not my target. If it goes here and it's up 350%, I'm not exiting, right? I'll trim, but I'm not exiting. We're going to hold this thing until it goes to my target. And again, we could even, I could say that right now you can set a target at 32.40, right? For a trim down and then free up that trade. The goal when you're trading right now is to go ahead and make sure that that trade is free or as just keeps you free of any liability until that trade is ready to uh, be executed fully on. So, but do expect a pullback. If the pullback occurs, let me be super duper clear here. 27.35. If you fall back underneath that candle close on the daily, right? That's when we can start looking at possibly cutting. Okay. Now, if you decide to take profit because 57% is in, and you went a little bit heavier than me, cool. But what we're also going to be doing is learning. Okay? We're going to be learning how to execute, but also exercise patience because this isn't going to be a straight up and down. And if it is, then I'm going to eat my words and we're still going to make money. But regardless, I don't think we're just going to go straight to the moon. We're going to see a little, I mean, look at this. Can you guys hold through that? Right? That's trend. Now that's obviously, a week right here worth of trading. But if this upcoming week ends up looking like that, where we see that crazy up and down, that's fine. As long as it stays in trend, right? That's it. Thank you. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, that is hot. Jesus Christ. Thank oh, you'll be all right. All right. So anyway, MRO, stay out of the box, get up to all-time highs. Dollar cost averaging meta on contract expire in January. You're a bad boy, Anthony. Are you talking about to the downside? Listen, I am not getting into meta. All right. Nice, Sonny. Let's go, dude. Yeah, we're gonna hold that sucker, all right? So here's what you do, right? Take some profit off the table. And whatever happens to that last one, let it fucking rip and see how far it goes, right? Set a target. I'm saying $35, new all-time high, right? Or not new time all, new 52-week high. So that's my target. And I can see that happening after coming back down from all-time highs and the fact that oil and gas are likely going to be rising towards the end of the year. So, um, what do I think about Tilray after Biden overhauled it? Let me say something really quickly about the cannabis sector. And I see that it's got a giant green dingus that can for sure send you on your way. I just want to let you guys know that is it good for day trading? For sure. Is it a good investment? You got to go be the judge, but absolutely not for me. Not a single motherfucking cannabis company on this planet is something that I would invest in, except for maybe things like GRWG, which operate outside of the law. But if it's upon legalization, the landscape for cannabis is going to change faster than anybody can possibly think to possibly trade. And with that massive change in the landscape, and I mean, you've got so many companies who I mean, just to note a couple, Sundial is the most garbage company I've ever. I mean, I don't even want to look at the financials. I wouldn't even look at them again. Moldy product. They've been pulled over with are had semi trucks full of moldy products. I think one time they had a case of botulism in some of the edibles. Like awful. How the hell do you even do that type of shit? But not only that, there's a ton. You're gonna, as soon as banks allow for this to happen, you're gonna see the people with the big bucks. They're gonna step in, and it's gonna become a fucking massive bidding war, right? Like the new gold rush. Except for this gold rush is who's first and who's the bigger dog, and who can buy the most the fastest. Capitalism. So I think right now they've been operating, like you got Canadian companies, like good luck. Where's your edge now? Now that you have the competitive nature, possibly, and then again, there's going to be like small companies, yeah, that'll make it out. But that's just my opinion right now. So I don't know anything about like exactly what Biden did to Tilray, though. I guess I should be specific, but I can tell you that as far as the cannabis landscape is involved. Um, Even upon legalization, I think you'll see a big move, maybe even a squeeze. But the end result or the long term investment inside of cannabis is not there for me. So, but when it is, I'll let you guys know, because if there's any area um, that I, business wise, I could actually like fundamentally, like I don't know how to run a fucking electric car company, um, but I do know how to run a cannabis company, for the most part. So um, anyway, so let's see, we got, it's 9:23. All right, so focus, Tesla. Now, I will say, today that I have up on the top screen, I've got Nvidia. Now, Nvidia dropped like a hot, really, boy, this thing is dead. This thing is, ooh, more than likely going to go back down to, I've got to look at it at 122, 45. But ultimately, I see Nvidia making a possible new low around 115.85. So I'm thinking about taking a short on that one. I would like to see a bounce first. Now let me show you guys specifically before we get this party started here. Um, so on Nvidia, okay, box it out, baby, right there. You see that? That's your box. You're in the box. You might go back up 128, 127.50, 128. If you reject there, or if you cannot close a candle outside of it, that is a rejection, and you will likely go back down. The median right here is going to be around 124.85. Candle close below that, and I would venture to guess you will head to your pivot point. Below your pivot point, I would go ahead and look at, because it would be a good entry, 122.28, and then obviously here. Um, Hold on, I just read something. Okay, I just wanted to read that really quickly. Ooh, shit. Yeah, we might be in for some and anything, if earnings are coming up, that could spur selling in the tech sector. So, all right, I hope everybody's here. Um, Again, it's Friday. All right. If you don't know what your performance is like on a Friday, right, you should probably make sure that you track that. For me, it's not always my best day. I do usually hit pretty well. Once in a while, I'll wait for a stock to stop moving, and I'll grab a call, and I'll grab a put, and really far outside of the money, and I'll see what happens with it. But as far as taking a break in trend on a Friday afternoon, and if I'm not, I think we do is the market open on Monday? I know it's, what is it, Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day? I'm pretty sure it's open.
I think it's like the market's open, but the bond market's closed.
That's right. Yeah, I would expect the banks are bank. It's a bank holiday, so yeah, the market's open, but I might not even trade Monday. Um, I think I remember the last time that, yeah, I think I remember last year it was a pretty bum year. A pretty bump day. So, All right. So anyway, Tesla there, candle close, please God, above 244. If it does what it did yesterday, all right, and I'm gonna yell this. I might yell. Kids don't listen. Um, if you get wrecked on weeklies today, all right, after what happened last week, that's your own fault. All right, and you're gonna have to take responsibility for that, and you're gonna have to make sure that you make corrections and changes. If you have a small account, you could have a very much smaller account. Don't take a lotto on something that is a expire or a rapidly. It's worse than buying a laundry machine or a fucking car. Like the depreciation is happening so rapidly, you're gonna lose that money if it does not go your way, and if it does not hold that way. You could buy a put and be 100% right, and on the first bounce, every single bit of your gains are gone, or 50%, right? Those contracts don't hold well. Stay your course, stay with the expiration, all right? And don't put yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. So, all right. Anyway, let's go ahead and get ready, guys. Make sure you guys have your levels. You're ready. Take a deep breath. You're a human being staring at a bunch of lines on a computer. None of this makes any sense. All right. 1 second. All right, we're open. Damn. Guys, 62% on MRO. Nice job, everybody. You know what breaks my heart right now? Is that if I would have gone out 2 weeks longer on Neo, that I would have hit 300% on the calls and 180% on the puts. Oh, breaks my heart. It's okay. You can trim out of the you can take profit on the MRO. You could free it up. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue to let it run. We're not even there yet. Yes, you can possibly enter a longer expiration if you see a retest, which would be good. But it's never a good idea to enter at the top. All right, Tesla is pushing and trying to hold a candle below that. 233.50 or yesterday's low. Nvidia is at the median right now, right there. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing closes a candle around 124 underneath it, that it just continues to dump. Hard target's 122.66. Thank you, dude. Look at Meta going up and Tesla going down. Nothing makes sense. Nothing is real. Let's be patient today, guys. There's money to be made. Damn, Tesla. What the fuck? All right, let's look. We got 2 minutes and 31 seconds left in this 5-minute candle here on Tesla. You imagine if they wicked that up and then went for a gap fill, absolutely crushed shorts. Not me, though. You're not going to give me 230 is the next target. It's $2 away. Oh, damn, it slapped that quick. How many people think took puts right here? I mean, it could keep falling, but if this ends up closing back up above that 233, it's bad news. And Nvidia, remember Nvidia can go and retest 127. It could retest 126.35. I'm watching these weekly contracts already start to lose value very quickly. Remember, just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's better. What the fuck? Whoever's got their mic unmuted, please God, mute your mic. Oh, I gotta mute it for you. That sounded like a zipper. Just what's up with Meta? There's nothing here from you, man. Oh, you're good. You're good. %70 on MRO if you're in. I would suspect that Tesla. Now let's do a quick talk about price action, right? Is this good price action? Is this good price action for scalpers? Right? Is this something that's profitable? No. Now I'm gonna wait for confirmation, right? For just a moment here. Let me do something. See what Manny just said? Forgot it's Friday logging off of broker. Yep. Oh! And get smacked. Get smacked. Stay vigilant, my friends. Stay vigilant. God, you can't get me. You can't. Not today. I'm ungettable. We'll see. Maybe I shouldn't talk so cool. No, Hunt, those were exited yesterday. I ended up hedging myself for a quick move to the downside. I ended up red, but not terrible yesterday. So if you're in calls, right, and this goes for a gap fill, which I'm watching for right now, right? Let's see. So right here, this is really the moment of truth, okay? Because right now, if we close a candle back up inside of the zone, I'm gonna go ahead and think that our call for a gap fill here, and that's gonna come at 288.22. So you see how much money we're saving by not losing it? Give yourself a pat on the back if you haven't wasted any cash right now. If you tried to short that move on Tesla, it's too soon, guys. It's too soon. We need confirmation, right? That's a quick retest. That's good. We like that. Candle close. Look at the candles closing. The candles are closing right here. That's 231.60. So sellers right now seem like they're in control. So everybody's getting wrecked, right? MRO, I am currently in November 18th, $35 calls, but they are up 71% already since entry, which means that if we hit our price target, I'm thinking these are going to be about 250 to 300%. If price target, even by the time we cross 30, we'll start to see about 100%. So Hunt, I got you, brother. You should have. I mean, with your expiration, it shouldn't be down bad. I'm not looking at them right now. I'll take a look at it in a second. Okay, so right now it looks like here 3 minute getting another rejection, right? 231.73. That's where sellers are current, our buyers are currently controlling the price. So if we are going to take another leg down, that's where I would venture to guess we would see it. But anybody who is buying calls or puts up or down on weeklies has been destroyed. In two quick moves, destroyed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Carlos Valdez just liked my video. Gotcha, motherfucker. This motherfucker liked my video. What a dingus. Sorry. Nice job, Josh. Let's go, dude. There's more room, but yeah, man. So what we can take away from right now too is the healthy brain training of resisting our impulses, right? To make money at the bell and all this other craziness. And the reward system in our brain is seeing that we're not losing money. So this should be a positive growth moment, there's no moves that you've missed. You've missed nothing unless you swung. Um. Okay, so if you're down $100, man, here's okay. So I'm still thinking that Tesla bounces next week, right? And we're not too far away from where I think that it bounces, which is 227. That's a risk, so you can take the loss. Right. You can take the loss and just go ahead and buy a better bounce. Um, or you could potentially hedge yourself. But right now, we're not really getting much pushback down. Looking at the 15-minute candle, got 3 minutes left in here. There's even a good possibility that this candle could close back up above this level, which would then give you a gap fill. So you could wait. And if I had it, I'm just telling you what I would do right now. I would probably wait. And if I was still in Tesla, I would actually probably look to hedge myself, depending on how this goes. But basically, I would use next week's maybe the 220s, or something like that, tight stop on those. And then as soon as you get a candle close below 231, you can short 230, but I would just go ahead and short it. And then just have your stop as that 231.86. And then aim for the right now, based on trend. I mean, I've got a low here at 227.50, that you could potentially take a crack at. So, all right. So let's take a look at Meta here. Look at Meta. Look at how the price action is on its way down. All right. Yeah, that's amazing. All right, October 14th, right? Candle close below that. And I could, we're gonna pull back now, and I could go ahead and hit 220s for October 14th. Real nice and light. Again, there's still no close down below that. We got 24 seconds, and you're right there at 230 with kind of shitty price action here. Meta is zooming down to support here. Watch for a bounce at 135.85. Yeah, 135.82 maybe. Damn, look at Nvidia giving you that rejection, 126.50. Eyes on the prize. Still not anything, just waiting. Waiting, watching. Oh, paychecks update. Let's see. I haven't even checked, man. Let's oof. Getting a little bit better on the put side here. Okay. Still nothing. Very good. Oh, very. Oh yeah, sorry. I'll take a look at Amazon. Listen. I might actually buy out another paychecks put for a longer expiration. I actually am really considering this right now. Now that I'm looking at the chart, you got a definitive. I mean, this is going to be long because this. I mean, it could trend for a minute here. You're nearing support and a trend. Man, if this thing went back up, which it can, but that would be crazy. So 106.84. So we'll see. All right, Hunt, man. I'll see you in a little. We'll see you next week, dude. Paychecks. Let's look at Amazon now. Oops. Oh, what a mess.
CANO, KNO, health resuming, now at $9.51 off the high, spiking earlier. Report from Bloomberg that CBS said to be in exclusive talks to acquire the company. Charlie Alpha, November Oscar.
All right. Again, reevaluate price action. Is this something on Tesla that is tradable? Is this would have anybody, I mean, there's again, until these levels break and they hold below and someone takes control, rough. Daily time frame, looks like you might be going for a gap fill here on Amazon, just straight flushing here. Gap looks like it fills at 116.28. You might hit 115.94. And let me reassure you something. As of right now, you're not missing anything. Just stress. You're missing out on stress. Amazon dumped pretty decent though. Meta 135 right here coming in. Ah, Meta turned over really nice. Yeah, man, just sitting on cash, dude. Meta's off limits because it's again, there's a great trade there for me. But I want, I mean, and again, I mean, I might have been able to take a because right here, this is a perfect 50% rejection of the zone itself. But you know, right now we're going down for the third touch of support on Meta, and we're still in range. So I'm just gonna stay on my toes here. We're again, remember on MRO, there's a there's a chance that we pull back all the way to 2750 for a retest. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have given me that site. That's interesting. This Charlie DeMar guy is off the fucking chain. I would wait. I'm gonna wait for any type of straddles or anything like that. Meta, I mean, Meta looks very dumpy. This is a bear flag on the daily. Four rejections off the top. I mean, it looks mad bearish, but on a Friday and we got earnings coming up. I don't know, man. I have a leg down on Meta based on the trend that I've been set up, had set up here on Meta. of S1, which is 123 or 120 basically. Just have a feeling anybody who shorts this bear flag could get clapped. Telling you right now, this looks like a bounce for Tesla. Not a. This looks like a reversal right now. I might take the gap fill up to the upside if that happens. Watch for a pop back over 232.
Secretary of Labor Marty Walsh on Bloomberg TV says need to work on inflation.
And then anywhere below 230.
Anticipation higher.
And where did Meta just hit? Oh, look at that. 135. 20. That could be a good scalp right there. All right. So, if I decide to take this Meta or Tesla trade to the upside, I think I'm going to go ahead and pop into this at 132.18. If it does end up moving to the upside here. Oh my God, bro. I'd say Meta was probably a decent rejection play, especially for anybody scalping. That would have been a great rejection play, 136. And you see that rejection pretty much across the board. All right, Tesla moment of truth here. Watch 130.12. Watch this little support. How's everybody doing this morning? We in cash? What are we doing? Let me see it in live trading chat. Cash? I want to get a head count here. I know Rod's trade already, but that's Rod, baby. He's the Rod slinger. Pause. One spy put. All right, you're just playing around. It's fine. Sitting on way out plays. Nothing. Okay. Sitting on cash, no moves. Cool. Awesome. Love to see it. Cash. Man, if I was a burglar. A lot of cash in here. Ready for testicles? Yeah, me too, bro. We're gonna see if we get it. Looking like we're one contract other than that cash. Cool. Dude, that kid who signaled everybody, he had like 300 people in his live, and I was like, I try not to say to him, but I was like, man, I don't know, dude. I was like, your CPI run-up theory only works because of the situation that we were in the last series, but now things are different. And while this is a gap fill and could set us up for a nice move back up, right? I mean, we could slam and hit it, hit a little bear flag or something like that, right here, and then just see a V shape. But actually, the more that I look at it, the more less like, damn, actually looks like it might end up happening. All right, Tesla, what are you doing? I'm in one Tesla 1035, 1015 call with profits from swinging 235 puts. Nice job, Matt. Okay, that's a way to do it. Okay, spies free falling. No, that's not free falling. Getting close to S3 though. All right, so let's do something here, right? This is where we can kind of mathematically go and try and help ourselves here. Okay, Tesla, while while SPY is dumping, is holding. So yes, if we bounce, I think that we can go ahead and I'll go ahead and call them out right now. October 14th. 235s are good. 240s will be up into the gap, right? That's where I would be looking for that entire gap fill there. So let's see what we get here. I'm not going into any semiconductor calls, man. That's the only thing here, dude. No semiconductor upside for me. While the climate is the way it is right now. Right now, I'd say Nvidia really has more downside pressure. Uh, yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, it is holding, but it's in the same breath. I've got a 123.87 target on it to the downside, and then ultimately 122.38. Don't look at this pattern and think that that means it will 100% reverse. Please. It could, if it closes a candle below that 230, then it will continue to flush, and that'd like be like a drip.
EPA proposes endangerment finding for lead emissions from aircraft engines that operate on leaded fuel.
Are we gonna get an announcement in the next 5 minutes or 1 minute? Look. So right now, look, right here, those candles closing. Ooh, don't be greedy. That's a 1 minute candle.
BYNG Wingstop Investors Business Daily Swing Trader removing its remaining position in WING, Whiskey Indian November Golf. CMI Cummins, swing trader exiting remaining position in Charlie Michael India.
There it is. Even at light, not going in yet. Watching for SPY to bounce here. Watching for Tesla above 231. I'll leg into a light position. 231.60. I might add. All of this light, one by one. That's a huge fucking look at that volume spike on Tesla. I'm gonna grab one right now. This is risky. No confirmation on what I just took. It's a light trade. I'm in one contract. I'm gonna add three above 231, above 231.25. If it closes below this wick right here, 229.63, I'm gonna dump it immediately. SPY time. That was a big ass volume spike right there.
President Biden signs executive order implementing EU-US data privacy framework.
No, buyers got to be more aggressive than that. I might lose
August wholesale sales up
20, $30.
0.1%. August wholesale inventory is up 1.3%.
All right, hold on. SPY's there. 365. Let's see. Do we bounce? Do we break? If we break, we dead. Still in. I'm down $23. I've lost a whole pack of batteries. So how much batteries cost? I feel like I cost that much. Fingers on the trigger. Sell trade sales month-over-month explosion. Not scared. Don't trade scared. I'll close my eyes. Maybe if I don't look at it, it'll bounce. Real sketchy. All right, the pullback on MRO may be coming now, so don't panic. All right, as long as we stay above 2750, gang gang. You're always welcome to hedge yourself, but no hedge for me. We got bounce. What are we doing? Come on, Spy. What's up? Not a single bounce, not a single green candle here, hardly. And you got a wedge. Spy's got a wedge. Ish. Ooh, no, it doesn't. Just has a bottom. Candles are weak as. Mamma mia.
PI IB Biogen.
Yes.
News reporting the Biogen CEO search focusing on scientists.
Kissing on
Former
scientists.
J&J executive as a leading candidate. That's Bravo India. India Bravo that from Stat News.
What did he do? All right, guys. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. A 50% retracement of the pattern itself would be 232. 232. Let's see. Let's see if they fake us. Oh, you know what? Stupid ass wick. All right, they could bleed us down one more time, but let's see what we get. Let's get this candle closed right there. You see the candle closed. We see where that candle closed, right? Look at those candles close. It's 231.15. All right, guys, up $2. I'll spend it all in one place. TP if you want. Oh, just kidding. This could be another one where we see another little pop down, but come on, do it. Squeeze them out. Squeeze them. Squeeze them. Yo, if this keeps moving up, though, we got a great average. We have a great average. Are you down here? Dope. Oh, yeah, man. Let me know. Gang, gang.
As Williams says, inflation is very high, a long way from where it needs to be.
But. Say but. All right, we might do this slow, stupid bleed down. I can see it in Spy's eye right now, guys. It might. It's got no strength right now. Tesla might. It's trying. I'm not. Look at that. Look at guys. Look at these candles. Right. I'm not making this shit up. So you could set a tentative stop loss for below 230.50, right, and just cut out of it. But right now, there's no reason to panic. There's no reason to nothing. Just wait, watch. If you get yanked back down, I'm in a light position, so there should be nothing, right? Oh, ooh. Oh. Do you guys see that? Do you see the two emotions on the 1 minute chart? That's what happens when you watch the 1 minute chart. You're gonna feel a lot. See, this is where I might straddle Tesla with weekly contracts. This, where it stops moving and it's like kind of rebounded and crushed, you know, everybody up, down, all around. Watch this 9-day movement. Ooh, hot dog. Let's see. It's right there at the 9. If we can cross the 9, if we can get above 231.15. So for this week, how about I'm gonna take 222.50, and then let me actually get a call first. The gap fills at 240. Let me get a 237.50, but you can go a little bit further out, or go the next step out of the money, and then I'm gonna get a
Russian
250.
embassy in Denmark says Russia does not rule out the repair of the Nord Stream pipelines.
All right, I got a little gamble roni, but if you get in small accounts, have discipline. Yo, we can absolutely 100% go down to 229.03 and then hit it again, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, we'll call that 1, 2. So there is possibly one more leg down, right? I'll hold. I'll grab a put, or like let that little lotto put that I grabbed, and I'll I'll let it happen probably, and let it bounce just because I have one. So I grabbed a Tesla 240 call and a Tesla. Excuse me, a Tesla. Oh shit, I grabbed more than one. I have a Tesla 240, but that's for next week. I've got a 237.50 October 7th and a 222.50 put. So I'm in both. It's just consolidating. So one way or another, that's kind of what I wait. As I wait for the value to drop really quickly, and then I'll grab it again. All right, hands on your toes. Or wait, that doesn't make any sense. What is it? Knees. I don't know how to say it.
need to get interest rates up.
Watch for either a bounce off, knees on your toes. That's impossible. 230.17 right here, candle close below that, and I imagine that we will go see one more leg down. And what this price action accomplishes ultimately is the rapid decay of contracts here. So we're going to need to see buyers step up in a big way, squeeze, right? Because we're going to be we're focused on the mechanics, right? The mechanics right now are telling us that sellers are stepping up and controlling the price at 230.89 and pushing it off of 231, right? Buyers are having a hard time right now, but they seem to be stepping up at 230.30, right? So it's a back and forth right here. But if these guys get out, this will continue to commence, and we should see a pop right here up to 231.55. We should. Sellers are very aggressive right now. They are really, really trying, and they're trying to get buyers. I can see it right now. Every little wick, they're trying to get buyers. So watch right now for Tesla to drop. If you're in that longer expiration contract, I'm gonna hold for this one bounce.
Andy,
What did he say? What did he say?
as William says, rate, the rate hike pace and level of interest rates are determined by data.
Oh, oh. This is either racking in the bulls, trying to get them to take this break-in trend, and shorts are going to drive them down, or this is pressure on the shorts, and someone's going to give. Watch this. Look at them. They're trying so hard. They want buyers to take these breaks. Yeah, I think they're going to try and force this down. Let's see it. So careful, right? You can trade this move, but you can close your calls now. I'm going to hedge myself. I'm going to have to do my hotkeys, though, if I do. So we'll see a candle close below this 230.13 if that's a new low. And then if sellers cannot go and break it back down, then dude, I don't know what the fuck. This is actually pretty intense. Dude. What is going on?
William says long-term interest rates are still historically low.
Grab a little hedgy. Go for it. Go for it. Do it. Force them out right there. Look at them. Look at them. They're going to get scared. They're going to get scared. Get scared. Idiots. Sorry, I'm watching the tape right now. Oh my god. Don't cancel your order now, baby.
Unit. That's Bravo Lima Golf.
I'm sorry, I'm narrating this a little bit too heavy, but that shit's too funny. Get scared. They're getting scared. Look at them. Look at that. Look at those candles. Whoop. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Now let's close a candle below the 9-day or above the 9-day moving average. Oh, look. It still doesn't matter. Right here, they lost control. But here, they still have control. So in order to break above that, we need to see volume give it that push. If you hold here, what has it been doing? It's been chopping, right? Sellers are trying to take control yet again.
And
If they can't, right? Right now, it looks like look right here. Do you see those wicks right there? That's 231.58. That's going to be the next level. Ooh, shit. Yeah. If buyers do not step up right now, sellers it's pretty imperative right now. We gotta have buyers step up. I'm watching the obviously watching the yeah, careful right here, folks. Let's look at SPY. So SPY could be considered a bit of a bear flag right there, right? And I can if we pull back on SPY, we're not in any danger. I'm just narrating right now, but right now, we can tell that all of these candles are closing 231. We got to get a candle close above this. Does this make sense? Everything that I'm kind of narrating right here, guys, as far as like what we're looking for, where these prices are being controlled, how people look like. Yo, look, they lost control. Why? They couldn't reclaim that level. Now let's see where we go. Now we got to break and hold above it. Damn, I hope this thing doesn't channel out because it sure looks like it wants to. Yeah, we've got 2 taps off the support. I don't know if we're going to get a V shape out of this, folks, but we could get a nice little pop. Watch right now, besides the target right here, 231.72. Again, candles have to close. Have to. Otherwise, below this 230.50 right here, expect Tesla to sink and go down for that third tap of support. All right, so be prepared for both. But right now, this right here is bearish, selling into pops. So it would have to be a pop that would basically spook those sellers out. And again, SPY is struggling to reclaim here. There you go. Look at that bounce. Do you guys see that candle? She said SPY did a backflip. That's cute. That looks very bearish when I see that type of price action, right? Because right now, buyers took this out, sellers reclaimed control, right? Buyers can possibly regroup here, but right now, I would say 230.50 is their last straw. SPY's moving up here. MRO! New high of day, I think. Is that new high of day? Look at the hourly right here. Oh, almost. Almost new high of day. Guys, just think, we're up 73%. Just wait until we get close to our price target. We're not even close yet. But to be 70% up on a nice swing like that, it's pretty nice. Woo! That is a bear flag right now. That is bearish. So watch for a fat spike down. Holy shit. Careful on your toes right here. Now, the same thing, I was just about to say it. If this is a little bit of a bear flag, greedy bears will get roasted. It's a 1 minute bear flag, and I was just about to say this. I was gonna say if they build this thing up so perfect like that, SPY's moving up. They gotta reverse it now. Meta's above its 9. Still bearish. It's not out of the woods yet. I don't know why I'm so geeked up right now about graph roll. You know what gets me jacked up is like when
Vance Williams says
things are so like there comes a moment where it's like market makers can't get me anymore. Well, like sometimes, but like once you see what's happening, and I'm able to narrate it. That's what gets me excited because I'm not ever putting myself like I'm not gonna get myself into a mess. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm down $5 on my call. You know what I mean? We got a bear flag right here. What I could do, right, is I could go with I already have a weekly, but I could go with a weekly. I don't like doing it. I don't because obviously these things are not going to end up being profitable. But if it did see, right, because it's a bear flag, it would need to see a significant spike down here. But in the same breath, none of my levels have been broken. So I'm not gonna let a fucking 1 minute bear flag spook me or get me out of a trade. I can prepare for it because it's not a bear flag. It's what am I seeing? What is the story here? It looks like buyers step up, sellers are aggressive at that 231 level. They continue that
Vance
aggression,
Williams says
right?
change
We can find a trend from the bottom to the top. So this leads us to believe that it has a bear flag. But and again, the same breath, I need to make sure that I see, and this is the 1 minute, mind you, I need to make sure that I see a candle close right inside with good volume above that level bullishly and hold it. And none of these things are happening. So right now it's a toss up. And again, I think 225s you might be able to just grab and hang on to. It's hard to hedge a next week's call when it's just better to cut it, right? You need to know when to hedge. Hedging is when MRO, right? We could hedge that. Tesla next week contracts, you just cut, right? So right now there should be nobody in harm's way as far as this, these pullbacks, and you should just be observing price action. Is it a bear flag? Yes. But is it a 3 minute bear flag? That's more important. I want to focus on okay, the build here, and then because it's on the 3 minute, right? Any trajectory change or any market direction change, especially off of any sort of catalyst, you're okay. So let's look at it this way: this is a bear flag, and retail sees it. You see it. I see it. Right. So we go short. That sets everybody up, right? And a lot of the times, that's when I see. And I saw this guy online saying that 80% of bear flags break to the downside. It's not true. I don't know who made that fucking number up, but I would say that there's a good percentage for the most part when you get a well-defined bear flag that it is going to break to the downside. But the lower the time frame, the more important that you know, add the weight that it deserves. Right now, I could see a pullback here. I could even see, we have a technical target right here at 228.26. So we could look at that as a potential target. But at the moment, right, in order to execute our trade and our plan, once the candle closes below the stop loss right here, I've got 230.50. Then I'll cut the trade. That's it. And then if it does end up cruising or proving to the downside, I can go ahead and those little runners that I got, the little 225s that I took, I can go ahead and just let those run down there, and that'll likely be a pretty profitable trade. Just for the weeklies, making up any skid that I get, because right now I'm down $20 on SPY or on Tesla. And did that candle close inside of the range? No. Does it, or in the next a minute and 40 seconds? Yes. If it closes underneath there, I'll go ahead and cut out of it. And looking at Meta, Meta looks like it just got a strong pullback as well. MRO though seems to be trying to go and attempt a new high, 2880. 2880 as the next level here. All right. So I grabbed that little 225 put, just a little one. We're gonna go ahead and with with calmly, right? Not gonna panic. Okay. 81% on MRO. Beautiful. I got 57 seconds, guys, so don't mind me. Just abiding by my rules. And I can tell you right now that I'm already clearing those losses. All right, so we'll take that for what it's worth. That's 230 tap right there, 24 seconds left. That's more than likely. Again, I think I just lost 30 bucks. We're not going to panic about that. All right, that's a candle close, and that is. Oh, I'm on the fucking 3 minute. All right, well I just screwed up everything, but that was supposed to be on the 5 minute, and that is a 5 minute candle close. So, all right, we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and cut. I'm looking at SPY now, and I'm like, fuck, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut. That's it. Nope, we're not gonna. No compromising. $35 loss, guys. I cut right now. I've got to put 225. I'm gonna let it rip. If we fall below 230, you can guarantee that we're. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Out of all Tesla calls. No big loss. I will re-enter or look for another trade if we can secure our way up and out of this zone. Now, again, if you're still in, okay. Now this is just because due to speculation, I have to do this. But if you still close inside of this box, that doesn't serve anybody any like that. That doesn't give you a new low, right? If you close outside of the box, there we go. I am in a put on Tesla. I have a 225 weekly, very light, very light. And I'm going to see if we get a breakdown here. Right now, the target would be my trend. Trend is your friend. So I'm going to call now. This would require a reversal on spot. I tell you what, though, Meta is also giving us a flashy dump here as well. Man said to have more music in the background. Liquidity at 220, 229.70. Are you seeing on the tape aesthetic with stocks? Maybe a little bit of a hunt. So the median here, right, across back above your stop loss, 230.50 could. Oh, hey. Well, that was a quick little jump there on the contracts for Tesla. 225. We're gonna trim a few of those suckers out. I'm gonna let the rest of them go. Whee! All right. Well, I'd say that's pretty damn good execution. Not making huge bucks today, but we're not losing any bucks. Wow. Remember, if I take a trade that doesn't fit your plan or your rules, you have to figure out. So if I took this short and you don't trade weeklies next week. Nice. Nice. Little 40% there on TSLA. Careful for a bounce. SPY is holding a bull flag. What? I'm going to go ahead and trim out a little bit more of those. Go ahead and let runners run. Okay, that's cool too. Oh, I'm mad tempted to get into. I tell you what though, I might start nabbing some earnings plays. Yo, Meta looks so bearish. Ooh. Whee! Tesla! Get your ass down there. 228.16 or 228 even. One of them. One more. One more. No. 222.31. Damn. I'm not looking for a daily break like that. That's okay. We already crushed the runners. Smoking weed, and you don't want a part of this shit. You want a part of this shit. Hold up. 60% on TSLA. Get your ass down. What is it? What is it? Is it real? Did somebody really start the fund? Anybody in Tesla? Anybody in Tesla? Looking for one more leg down here, and I'm getting out. No greed. Hold up. That will break into Elon's house and burn popcorn in it in his microwave. Unspeakable crime. Go. Do. It's not even a key level. Who buys Tesla at $228.75? Idiot. All right. Pulling up the order to close. By the way, you can set orders up above you, right? Set one to 90. Look. Boom. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I set the order at 90. I got one at 95. We'll see if it gets there. And you can, they just sell right when they hit your target. You can set your profit target and set your sell for the target. Obviously, you know, got to do a little bit of calculations there. All right, last one here. Whee! All right. Nice. Meta. Baby, come back. Come on, baby. Am I coming out? Of what? Of the office? Why don't you come in here? Mommy said you couldn't. You can come in. What's up, Dingus?
Daddy, mommy, that you don't come here. And I'm waiting.
Oh, I have to?
Yeah,
I'm not going to be in trouble.
no.
That's right, because I don't get in trouble.
You don't have to.
Kitty cat got me.
Stop you.
Yeah. Look at Spy. That's what I was warning about. That was that little bounce on Spy. I might take another crack at the call. You think we're going up? All right. Right now?
Yeah.
I'll take the call right now. Don't try me. I'll take one right now, Ellie. What? Gross. That's gross. I'm not taking it yet, guys, on a 3-minute bounce. That's gross. What do you think? Can you give us some analysis?
I really are going up.
You think this goes up that way?
It's going up on the roof.
Yeah, but point to where? Where does it go? Yeah, use the mouse. No, over here. There. Where does it go?
Up, up, up.
Where? Just point it. Point to it. No, don't roll it.
What?
Where? Oops, you're right there. All right. Where? There? There?
No. Other down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down.
All right.
I'm saying up and down.
I don't like it.
Here, here.
Yeah.
Here,
Bro, kids are weird.
I want to.
I love you too, baby.
Poopy daddy.
You just come in here to roast me in front of everybody? That's not nice.
Are doing it.
I think we are too. You think I should take a call now?
Yeah.
I don't want to take a call now.
Yes.
Poopy daddy. Okay, fair.
Can I eat these?
No, baby. I told you you can't have those.
What?
Because they're not for babies.
Why they're not for baby?
Because they're made in a factory that's bad for babies.
Are they good for daddies?
They're good for daddies, though. Yeah.
Are they good for mommies?
Nope.
Are they good for AOs?
Nope.
And
Let her
the-
type in a random ticker and we'll buy it. Here, type these buttons. Just type 3.
Doctor.
I don't see anything on the. No, you gotta try. Guru favorite stocks ETF. Try again. Just do 3 buttons. Pick 3. Pick 3 letters and press them.
I want to press
Yep, you're in a entirely different market.
three.
Okay, press any one of those.
I want to press all of them.
No, you gotta press these ones.
These ones. Let's
What?
see.
I don't know what she just picked. That thing written. Oh, only 3 letters. ASD. Singapore jet kerosene. Crack spread fritters. You go get me an applesauce?
Yes.
I want some applesauce.
Hello.
Oh my god. What this is, but it's interesting. Look at plug power, dude. Leading the way. See, that's what I wanted from Tesla. That's what Tesla should have done. Tesla's doing it now. Oh, she really went and got me an applesauce. All right. Here, it's for you. Surprise! Hi. The way you say Tesla, someone's been hey Tesla. I mean, I don't hear it the way you guys do, so live by the gun, die by the gun. I've never heard it crack spread futures. Oh, yo, where is Manny? Manny asked me the other day because he's not a pattern trader, right? So he doesn't really look at patterns, so it's just price action. And he goes, "Is this a bull flag on plug? I'm thinking about buying." And I was like, "Bro, it's a head and shoulders." And sure enough, I'm just messing with him. Uh, guys, I have a intuition right now that's telling me that we are looking for there is a pullback coming on MRO. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know that there should be a pullback between maybe not today, but I'm right now I'm looking at 28.80. So we're up, 80, 60 or 80, 85% on on a swing. But again, November 18th, we have an entire month that we can hold this we're gonna try and go ahead and TP around, you know, 25, 30. Well, I'd say 25 to maybe 15 days before expiration. So, you know, I think Tesla right here 229.75 above the 9-day moving average, back where our stop loss was. But now, okay, a 50% retracement, don't get caught. A 50% retracement of the pattern itself would bring you to what? Your previous stop loss. So that wouldn't be really enough for any profit. This is a 3-minute rising wedge. So we can't give it too much stock. We can go out to the 5. The 9-day moving average is at the floor, 229.73. There's no trade here, right? You can bounce it. If you bounced it, great. If you bought it here, ugh. If you buy it here, it's even worse. Maybe above S2, candle close, nice bullishness, right? Maybe wait for the next candle to open above that previous close. There you go. All right, not a crazy day today, but my number one hope here today, MRO target just got hit as I said that. All right, I'm gonna trim one contract off. All right, no big deal. Just a little bit of gains there. Just a contract, paying for the trade. I think there's gonna be a pullback, but I'm gonna continue to hold. So it's a buck. Oh, okay. Zivo. So one thing that we really just as traders we got to work on, and this is again, every day has a lesson in it. The lesson I think today, if you stayed in cash, I hope that you feel you have a good feeling, right? That it helped you. Even if you took something light, even if you took a small loss, you have to train your brain to that's a good thing, right? You avoided because once you get into a trade that the price action looks the way that it does right now, or has it this morning, whenever you get into a trade like that, it is hard to not have emotions, right? It is hard not to feel a certain type of way, which is why even yesterday I removed myself from the trading day and it didn't come back. I didn't even look at it. I literally came back towards the end of the day. I was like, if you guys are trading this, that's you're gonna get what you're gonna get what you get, because like the market perfect rejection on MRO, by the way. It literally tapped the target. And I might grab my next week's put or something. If we see some type of engulfment. Watch for a pullback here. But all in all, you have to know what your trading style is. You have to know what type of price action, which means some sort of recording, right? Record the days that you make money and you were able to identify things, right? Even today on Tesla, identification, pattern recognition, candle close, recognizing price action, finding trend, right? What days were you more successful? And so if you're not recording your progress and just hoping to get in here and kind of slack off and make a bunch of money in trading without having some sort of and if you've been trading for 10, 20, 15 years, like that's time in the market, not talking to you, but knowing what conditions you need to see in order to have your trade work out, and then knowing what it doesn't look like, or knowing what is not going to be a beneficial trade or a good trade based on the price action, right? Somebody trying to take a solid day trade today, eh, maybe, right? As far as continuation out of trend, I think that Meta was a good, maybe a scalp slash day trade. Tesla obviously showed signs of more of a scalping, right? We were able to get into this week's contracts, close out a little bit of 80%, 70% right there to the downside on a quick move down. That's not a day trade. Next week's contracts didn't move that well. So knowing where you're at, knowing what type of trading conditions that you need to trade in, because you cannot make money in this market every day. It's just not going to work that way. So you could figure out, right? Because some of the best traders that I've ever met do not trade every day. They don't even trade. Sometimes they'll go a whole entire week. They don't trade CPI week, right? And that means that they're missing huge plays, big rips, right? Or maybe they're not missing anything at all. But just sticking, and again, it's what is profitable is not always the flashiest. It's not always the prettiest. Good. If you learn from today, that's it. That's all we can ask for out of a day like this, where price action is poopy, as Ellie would say. What do? You force a trade and hope, which is what I promise you right now. All right.
AMD.
Then go in the kitchen and get one. But I promise you right now that people, I'm a name drop here. People like Starboy, Jazambo, are buying calls and puts. People are going back and forth trying to picture. Oh shit, I think I'm getting stomped out. Like making excuses, I guarantee you somebody bought at the bell, tried to buy the bounce. They've got contracts that are down 60-70% right now. And then if they flipped it, decided to go to the downside, guess what? They might get jacked right up right now. We might see that move right back up. And it's Friday, right? Contracts are expiring. Max paying is a real thing. So all you need is like 3 to 4 good trades a week. That is 100%. Yeah, absolutely. And if you think, like today, or on the days that we were the most profitable, the morning felt way more clear, right? If you can, the people who have, I mean, really the strictest standards, you got to have a strict, and this doesn't mean that you're just going to avoid all losses, but it does mean that you're going to wait for the most high probability setups. But what does that mean? High probability. It's not a fact. Probably might happen, right? There's a probability it has higher, based on historical data or whatever the case is, like it has a higher likelihood of performing or moving this way. So that's something that we can keep in mind, and write down, factor in, okay, I'm a scalper. I need to see good volume. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the days that I'm the most profitable, or maybe Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then Fridays are the days that I'm the most profitable historically. So I'm going to go ahead and stick to that because that's where my strength is at, right? That's where I'm most profitable. Um, you're gonna quiet down, Charlie. Um, Again, it's just like a football team. It's just like, I mean, you're either Bill Belichick or you're, the dude from the Lions, or like going 5 seasons back because I don't watch football anymore. But like planning, execution, making the tough calls, decisions, not being emotional, right? Right, because as soon as you're emotional, we them boys. But the more you write down, the more you document, the more that you track this means the more dedicated you are to making sure that you're going to be successful in this. And I have these really cool moments too. And like I talk to a lot of people, even some of my mentors, and they have really realistic goals. Like some of the people that I talk to within a year, they just want to be making $100 a day, right? Because that in itself is profitable, but also realistic for somebody who's been trading for 6 to 7 months, right? Or a year or 2 years, even sometimes, right? Everybody's different. Everybody's got a different learning process. Um, and another thing, one of the reasons why we moved the gains page into the actual server, and I don't even really like it that much, but I like it when I make calls. I like seeing, you guys make money off of my calls, but obviously there's a psychological part of it that's pretty can suck because comparison, right? So if you're comparing yourself to me or to another person or somebody in this chat and you don't have any idea of what they've done to get there, go through what, like comparison is the thief of joy, right? I've heard it worded that way. Like as soon as you compare yourself to somebody else, it only stops you, not them. You're stopped. You just found a roadblock and set it right in front of yourself. So not comparing yourself, not looking at anybody else's journey, and focusing on working really, really hard on what it is that you feel most comfortable with as far as a strategy is concerned, and then having the discipline to stick to it day in, day out, and get really, really good at it. And then eventually, right? So if you're in our Discord and you come to me or in the morning, which again, you guys should be asking me in the morning when I go live, way more charts. I'm definitely a lot more that I could be, a lot of you guys have been doing this for a while. And I mean, some of you don't even need me, right? Like don't even need that you're trading your own tickers. And that's ultimately, and I just explained this because I've had one-on-ones and stuff like that, but like there's going to come a point where I'm actually going to be not beneficial for you, right? Because you're going to get to a point where you're really good at it or you're getting really good at it. And and my opinions and my thoughts and my process, right, is now just enough different or just, uh, yeah, different enough where it doesn't match up, right? Or possibly it's just noise that the way that you moderate and self-talk, right? And that's ultimately the goal is to be able to emotionally be aware, step into the trade that you're taking with a plan and execute it. But you don't do those things like with noise. So eventually it will come a time where when you feel confident in, and I'll give you a couple of things that would be benchmarks for you, right? Being able to spot entries, exits, bounce levels, right? And being able to pick the right contract for the move that you believe is implied on that time frame, right? And then having the confidence to do so. That's going to be the prerequisites for you to be able to that would be where I would go ahead and take that leap of faith, right? And on your training wheels and move forward, right? So that just means take a day, take 2 days, go trade your own ticker and see where you're at. That means turn off the live entries, exits. You're welcome to come in the morning. Ask me what you want to ask, right? Because that's the goal. Is I again, I'm no different than you guys. You guys are just as capable of doing what I do, but in your own way. Everybody's different. Manny does well, but he does it in a different way. You know, everybody does it differently. I have my own rules that Manny doesn't even know what an inverse head and shoulders is, but he doesn't need to. You know what I mean? He knows what it is. He just acts like he doesn't know what it is, but he knows what it is. But anyway, I'm done ranting. Not the Lions catching strays. My bad, but the Lions did it to themselves, man. That poor team, dude. That poor team. Hey, MRO, new highs, baby. Guys, that's nice. 84% on one of those, or in a 93%, excuse me. Nice, Thomas. Let's go. Now, if we get a pullback, you know damn well I'm going to add. The kind of talk, this is why I want to join your debate. The thought process and patience and knowing oneself is where I need to be. I've made amazing trades, but terrible ones as well. I feel you, man. Sorry. By the way, everybody's monthly sub is canceled. I figured it'd just be easier to do it that way. So, um, but the price, we had a price change, and we'll have more news coming out towards the end of the week. Giving you guys a little bit more insight on what's going on, but the price is back down, so you guys are, and then if you were obviously already on last month's, we've got a pro rating system for everybody, so and then if you're on yearly, you're with us for even longer. Forever, maybe. Now, let's go track, right? Let's go look at Tesla. So in this little section, right? Price looks like controlled right here around 229, right? Bottom right here, that's 228.17. Damn, dude. What did I say as far as my target? I forgot what it was. 111%, Joshy. You're holding still, right? I'm holding. Yep, I'm up 101% too. That's dope, dude. Let's go. We just took this shit too. That's awesome. We just took this shit, man. That's awesome. That is amazing. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like next week, but we could see a really good trade out of this. What a trade, man. I love a good swing like that. I used to swing. AA was one of my first, not first, but like one of my favorite long trades that I ever took. You know what? I got multiple different bills. That's why my percentage isn't as high as yours. If you guys are bored and don't mind, you guys mind just dropping a like or a comment on one of the TikToks? They're hitting me hard right now. But it's your first successful swing. It's a great learning opportunity too. I'm gonna mute myself on YouTube because I can't say this on YouTube, but and then sue him right after. Anyway. Yeah, I mean it's damages. I didn't really think of it that way, but somebody else brought that up to me. I was like, oh, okay. I've never sued anybody, but all right, let's do it. I'd fight him for like a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity though. Like a boxing match. Dang. Get on Judge Judy. That'd be hilarious. That little butterball. What is that? What is that website? What is it? Street Beefs? They do like the ring out in the backyard. You know what? I just got a really good idea. If I could actually go through the service and figure out, so that's obviously a sketchy service. If I could pay somebody enough to give me like receipts, I could sue TikTok too for damages. And then I'd up it for like a couple billy, and then I'd start a social media company called Zutbook. I bet you if somebody did that though, they'd actually probably end up making. They'd probably actually end up blowing up. Tic Tac. So Zevo, I could go look at the price of my yearly subscription and calculate that those were all potential customers, and then so what is? Give me quick math. What's 720 times 185,000? Somebody put that in a calculator. My man said a lot. 133 million. All right. Well, how about them apples? How much did he make last year? 6 million. Yeah, but watch Starboy sue me after that. I mean, I could just do the same to him, get his page taken down. But might just be better not to engage, you know. All right, Tesla. Trying to climb above that 9-day moving average. Still might take a crack at it. But right now, price is still controlled well underneath 229. So Red Dog Leader said a lot. I love that. Yeah, this dude's actually going through my followers on Twitter and blocking all of them. That's how panicked he is. That's crazy, man. Apparently, he had buried that whole crypto scam rather well, and he probably paid some people off to shut up. That's all he did, though. He was a crypto expert, and he made like a couple terrible calls. And I think that he faked that his profile got hacked. So yeah, dude. Well, they migrate around. Like, sure, I could have gotten into real estate, like, but I'm not fucking doing that shit. Like, what do you? If I do, it's for me, and it's I have a preference. I'm in the South and a historical city, so there's a little bit of a different game. It's not just like new home purchasing or shit like that. most of these houses were built in like the 1800s and shit. So, which I've been doing historical preservation for about 9 years. I've had to do the old wood roofs, like dipped in tar or dipped in what is that shit called? I forgot what that sticky stuff is called. It's like pine tar, some shit like that. I know what what's it called. I don't know, some weird shit. Yeah, there you go, resin. I don't know why I forgot. I probably forgot because I don't do that shit anymore. I actually miss building wood floors though. I actually do miss it a lot. I'm gonna use some of my money for historical preservation, projects, but wood flooring is like art. You do part-time plumbing. That's a good gig. All right, we're about the 9-day AMA here, going for a retest of that floor. This is an inlay that I did on a mansion floor. But that is Purple Heart, Ipe, Walnut, White Oak, and the floor too around it. But I made that by hand. I also did in the Nike World headquarters. There's a Nike check on their floor. Me and a couple other guys are responsible for that one. And then when I quit that job, I came back and I ended up cleaning the inside of Bill's office windows, and then the outside of them too. The dude lives he has like a lair. Nike World headquarters is like an evil lair. I do. Well, I do. Probably in my email or somewhere. I have one. You can't take pictures in there. I had to ask. I had to ask. Yeah, I had to get permission, but um, it was like one of those things where I had a dude like right next to me. When I did the inside of the building, there was a person that walked next to me while I did a couple of the buildings, and they held a giant white board next to me while I walked so that I couldn't see part of the offices. Because, like, I mean, dead ass, and there is, I'm a little shit sometimes. I wanted to look so bad, and the fact that they were like holding whiteboards just drove me nuts. So when they were walking, dude, I was watching dude that was next to me, and he was zoned out. I think he was tired. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and so I dropped I dropped my water bucket, and so it just made like a tiny little splash. But he just kept walking, and I turned to my right, and dude, there were shoes everywhere, and they were weird. I saw this shoe. I promise you, I saw it was in a glass case. It was like in a open glass case, but um, it's like that shoe for people who can't put their shoes on, and it's like bent in a V, and when you put it on, it flattens. That was there. Yeah, this is terrible price action, so I'm just talking, but there's nothing. It's very informational. I mean, this is very technical. Right here you get a candle close above that. You retest the 228 level. It looks like you're going and trying to tap. I would say more than likely, you gotta a decent tap of 230 maybe possibly, but nothing really for us to be trading here. We might get a move towards the end of the day. Yes, fast Brody, I did. Are you talking about in here? Are you talking about here? That I entered today? Oh yeah, read my stop loss, man. And we actually I ended up inserting puts. So one thing I would say, if you ever take a signal from me, if I don't say it, make sure to ask, or if you make sure to write down where my stop is, right? Because if you don't see what I see, then you need to know exactly what I'm doing so you can follow. Okay, I just want to make sure. I hate it when people miss signals and stuff like that. Just I don't want to see anybody just funny. So. I picked up a couple of next week's puts to hedge MRO. Yeah, do you see that little rising wedge on it? I think it's worth it. Here we'll do it together. Okay, I'll take one with you. MRO. We're gonna go October 17th. Oh, those are nice. And then we're gonna go. I'm gonna take a 2750. Just one. Just one. I still got like 5 calls. So about to make a rule not to trade on Fridays. Here's how you do this, right? Every Thursday night, go and look and see. Now, if you gap down, it's a different story. Now, we haven't seen any true breaks in range. Tesla's still. I mean, I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is kind of crazy. Like just to have it this low. But I think for the most part, now if we would have opened up here, right, or we would have opened at yesterday's range, that would have made it for a good Friday. So Friday's open. If it's in range, you don't have any major gaps. A lot of the times that can make for a really good setup. Or if you spent the week consolidating, right? So if your trading days just didn't work out and you just had terrible, terrible time, that's kind of what I would. Oh my God, AMD is still just melting. What's Nvidia doing? I said it. Anybody short Nvidia? Damn. Damn, I should have fucking gotten the chips, I guess, today, huh? Well, this might be an entry for a long put because if Tesla briefly leaked all upcoming supercharger locations. Oh, for E1. His location. I'm gonna be honest with you. I might take one Nvidia little swing here because I think that maybe AMD may have just ruined earnings for everybody, INTC included. October 21st, got to be the one. No, I don't like that one. That's 14 days away. I could go next week's good swing into this. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a borderline a gamble here. I'm gonna take a next week's 115 contract. Go out further if you want to hold it. But I'm gonna take this. My target here is based on the trend. And of course, this can still, but I see it going to 122 today. I could see it 119. But I also could just see a fucking huge gap down. But I see 116, 14, maybe even a little bit lower. Easy reversal to adjust to as well. So this man's wearing a hat today. Nice. Good job. This one's for you. Ooh, look, Ninja's playing. Everybody says I look like Ninja, and I know who that guy was until like last year because of everybody saying I look like him. No. Earnings for Nvidia is, but I think that AMD basically saying and INTC earnings like those, what has been put out already has just completely. I mean, now I would expect for semiconductors to lead the way down with that type of news. I mean, $1 billion. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Nvidia is just in the same sector. It's a light trade. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. The sentiment's over the is splashed over the semi. You could take an SMH, but you know. Uh, oh no way. I gotta go take a lunch break really quick, guys. I'll be back shortly. You know, obviously, I would say above 29.10. Cut the put. I cut the MRO hedge. I grabbed a Nvidia next week at 115 put. Honestly, you should probably go out a little bit further, and we're still inside of the range, so there's no confirmation on this. So, um, yeah. All right, YouTube. Hold on one second, guys. Uh, what is required for you to take a swing over the weekend? Um, I mean, let's say daily candle close. You know, probably inside or outside of a key zone would probably be number one. So, but anyway, if you guys are on YouTube, we did lower the price. If you guys want to DM me, we have a yearly discount code, and all that good stuff. But otherwise, we'll see you guys on Sunday. I'm gonna go ahead and log off for the day. So, hope you guys have a good weekend, though. I'll be back live in the Discord if anything changes, anything happens, guys. But you know, Fridays are Fridays. Tesla. I don't know if anybody sees anything. I don't. There could be another leg down. There could be another leg up. Who knows? At this point, it's literally just chopping in this little 5 minute range. It looks like. Yeah, it looks like right there. They're trying. Yeah. So chop. Not gonna up and down as Ellie would call it, but I'm gonna go ahead and lay off. I mean, I am eyeballing. I'm not gonna lie, I am eyeballing Meta, going into next week, but I think I'll wait. This to not get faked out here, so. Can't guarantee it's gonna be chopped for the rest of the day, but if Tesla takes another leg down, this just extended itself. It's an extension, and watch for or Tesla to go to fucking 226 here. Would be my next target. Oh. Oh, gosh, on a clip. All right, guys, see you in a little bit.